basically what just happened. Let's talk about this first. I stopped vlogging after like almost a year and a half for a reason. And one of the reasons was because I noticed that some of the locals were becoming a bit uncomfortable with some of the footage I was capturing, right? And I didn't want people to feel uncomfortable around me, you know. And I also felt like, sorry y'all, I'm trying to grab my braids, put my braids on. That's the crazy thing about wearing these old school earphones, which I love. I know I'm probably one of very few that still likes to have these kind of earphones in, but I do nonetheless. So anyway, so one of the reasons that I decided to stop vlogging was because it was making people uncomfortable, and I didn't want to make people uncomfortable. And plus I felt like everything that I was going to capture within that environment, I'd already captured, right? So there is a woman who spends her time acting as if she has a mental illness, and she's in the area from time to time. I've only encountered her a few times, but each time that I've encountered her, I was vlogging. And she's not the only person, but we're just gonna talk about her right now, okay? One of the main things that she likes to do is she likes to threaten my life, and she likes to threaten my children's lives. And so what I decided to do today was try my best to put a stop to it without becoming aggressively violent. And so that's what we had to do. I have collected some footage that I'm not going to share because I don't think that it paints her out in the best light. But I will say that it's not necessarily incriminating for her. It just proves that she was definitely engaging in some harassing behavior, and that her intentions were definitely toward me. And along some of the things that she did do and say were that she said that me and my family were going to be the M word or executed. They ended up carrying her off on a 5150 charge, and they took her to the hospital. Pause. So basically what ended up happening was they ended up taking her to the hospital. They put her on a gurney and everything. I was like, why they put the lady on a gurney? If it's a mental issue, why is she on a gurney? But honey, they sent out the people to come get her. And a part of me felt bad, but then another part of me was like, ma'am, you have done this several times. And each time that you've been doing this, you keep threatening children, you threatening minors, you threatening my family. And so they had a mental health worker come out. I spoke with the mental health worker and let the mental health worker know that this is pretty much what has transpired in the past, you know? And considering the fact that I'm going through what I'm going through with my family right now, I'm hypersensitive to people talking shit about me and my family unit. And I think anybody and everybody would understand that. So mainly, I felt a way about the woman being taken into custody. I didn't like it. But I'm like, after all of the shit that she did, it's like, well, what in the hell do you expect me to do? Because I'm like, she got in my personal space, yelled in my face. This is the second time she's done it. The first time I got her on camera, like my actual photography camera, and she was showing her ass. And I said, you know what? Do the right thing. Tell the woman to leave you alone and try to move away from her. She kept coming in my personal space with the shit. I said, all right, I tell you what, let's do this a different way. Call the local authorities, let them know that there's someone out here that is verbally harassing you. And also, because I have been assaulted by people like that before, if she gets into your personal space and she displays any form of aggressive behavior that in turn makes you feel as if you have to defend yourself, at least you know that there's something on file. So you don't feel like you just out here wilding, basically. Mind you, I had just went and got my coffee. I didn't feel anything about anybody or anything. I was just minding my business, to really be honest. And I'm not the type of person who plays victim if something wrong has happened. If I've done something wrong, I'm gonna have to own that shit, because I'm too old for that. Like I'm too grown not to. You know what I mean? So I'm one of those people. I truly stand by accountability, you know? And so that's why if somebody says that I did something and I'm not aware of it, I invite them to say what it is that, you know, they feel like I did, so that I can, you know, correct that. You get me? But I've noticed that sometimes some people don't want to tell you anything because they want you to stay in that energy where it's like, you know, they want you to stay in the energy of not knowing, because that gives them some form of power, so they can continue to cause problems and continue to, you know, push this narrative that you've done something consciously wrong when in fact you weren't even aware of it, right? So that was one of the reasons why I felt like, speaking to that lady, I felt like it was important for me to let her know, if you continue to do what you're doing, you know you're going to go to jail, right? If you continue to follow me around this town and harass me, you do know that something can happen that neither one of us want to happen. And she just continued and continued and continued. I said, okay, well, ma'am, I don't know what else to say. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. So we call the authorities. Because, baby, had it been me, I guarantee you, be careful. Oh, Lord. Had it been me, I guarantee you she would have called the police on me, honey. I'd have been all up and through the news. Honey, the local authorities would have come to swoop that ass up, okay? Pause. So I decided that after that, I was just going to continue on about my day. I do have an incident report number. I always make sure that if I go through any type of harassment, do what you got to do, get you an incident report number, so can't nobody say that you didn't make any type of effort to resolve an issue or de-escalate an issue. So if it happens again with the same individual, whatever happens, you know, you get me? And I don't like to be a part of that type of stuff. I don't like that, but that's what you got to do when you're on your own, you know? Talk to you guys later.